everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be discussing some Detroit Lions news that has come out recently. We're also going to be rounding up the NFC North on their most recent news as well. And we're going to be talking about some people that have extreme confidence in the Detroit Lions for the 2020 NFL season. Or maybe they just don't have confidence in the other NFC North teams. Let's get it started. Welcome everybody to another video. Glad you guys are here, and today I'm excited, man. There's a lot that is jam-packed into today's video. I'm also going to be making my prediction for the Tigers game that is taking place tonight at the end of the video, because I didn't do a video for the Tigers and they're about to play soon, and by the time you guys see this they may have already started. So I'm going to make my prediction at the end of this video, and I was wrong last game. They did win. They won 5-1. Okay, I predicted 7-5, but they won. That's 4 in a row. They're now 9-5. So I'll get my prediction out there at the end of the video, so stay tuned. But before we get it started, we got a couple of things. The first thing is shout out to my guy, LNN Matthew. My guy bought a mask. Shout out to him for buying a mask. He said he loves it. He loves the mask. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much. That is awesome. I'm glad you got the mask. If you guys have not, I don't have a mask with me. I will put the picture of a mask on the screen. They are very, very comfortable, very soft. They're basically like double layered, and they have like the really, they have the Dose of Dion logo over the front. It looks sick, and I'm so glad that you bought one. I really appreciate it. If you guys buy anything, make sure you send me pictures, and I will definitely put you guys in the video, give you guys a little bit of a shout out. Guy Michael Banks, he said that he has sent out the package. So he's just waiting for me to get it. So shout out to Michael Banks. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I will definitely let you know when I get that. But shout out to you for buying the mask. I really appreciate it. That is awesome. So if you guys want one, link is in the description, .shop, or you can look it up on Google, and it is on the shop. Now, we're going to be looking at the question of the video. I really like this one. This is a good one. This is predict the NFC North standings for the 2020 NFL season. Predict the standings 1 through 4. Put it in the comment section right now. You can put records if you want. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you can. I want to see how many people have faith in the Lions to win the North. The North that the Lions have never won, which I think fits really well with today's video. That's why we're doing it. Also, I was thinking we could do this about every single division, kind of just fly through like this. Maybe in the next one, I'll put up a random team. Maybe it'll say Buccaneers, predict their record. I think we're going to do that. But for today's video, I want y'all to predict the NFC North standings. That's what I want. I want the full NFC North, and then we'll run through the rest of the, 28 teams in the league, and we'll do predictions by video until the season starts, and then we'll be right there for the season. That should be really, really fun. During the season, we have a lot of cool things planned with predictions and things like that, tea and stuff like that. It's gonna be really fun. Let's get into today's video, man. We have some news, and we got to get it started because there's a lot of it. We're gonna start off with the Detroit Lions, the most recent Detroit Lions news before we get into the big story, which is gonna come later. And with the Detroit Lions, Matthew Stafford had a press conference today, and he had to say a couple of things. Now, there's usually not too many crazy takeaways out of these because a lot of it is about health and everything going on right now, them trying to practice, things like that. So there's not usually too big of takeaways that I want to share with you guys because it's kind of the same for everybody. But Matthew Stafford did say this. He never gave opting out serious thought. Matthew Stafford never gave it a serious thought that he would opt out of the 2020 NFL season. And Matthew, let me just say we are very glad that you did not opt out of the season. 66 players in total did opt out of the season, which honestly to me isn't that bad, considering that for the Lions, we had 3 opt out that were basically role players. 66, that's what? I can't do math, but that's like, almost to a team. That's almost to a team. So I actually don't think that's too bad. 66, I really don't think bad. I mean, heck, half of them are Patriots, but the Patriots will figure out how to win still. Wants to play football, and I want to be out there. He says he has a great supporting cast behind him with his family and his wife that know how much he loves to play. Matthew, we're glad you're playing. We're glad you're healthy and you tested negative, that everything was okay there. We know they talked about that as well, and they're glad that there's been rule changes because of that situation. Kelly Stafford was not happy. I loved it. It was awesome. But Matthew Stafford will be playing this season, and he never gave it serious thought. We've heard this from a few players. This isn't just Stafford that said this. Multiple Lions players have said this, that they would not opt out. Tracy Walker said, you have to cancel the dang thing for me to not play this year because I want to play some football. So I love it. I love what I'm hearing from these guys. Also talked about Kenny Golladay. Now, I know Kenny Galladay's been great. Kenny Golladay, it's honestly hard to put into words how good he's been. Okay, 3rd round pick in the NFL draft that's been this good. Not many people saw this thing coming. Matthew Stafford talked about it. He wasn't a receiver that people were raving about, looking at as a first-round option, and he's been this great in the NFL. Coaches have done well, and he's worked his tail off in the offseason to improve, and you can see it on the field. You definitely can. Every year he gets better. His stats get better, and he just looks better every year. At the rate this guy is going, he could be the best receiver in the NFL very soon, and he's only been playing for 3 years. Just think about that. That's scary. He's still on his rookie deal. The final year is coming up soon. We know Darrell Bevell talked about him being one of the top echelon receivers in the league. That's what he wants him to get to. Well, I guess that tells us that, yes, they're going to be extending Kenny Golladay. We're all expecting them to extend Kenny Golladay. He'll be one of the highest paid receivers in the league, and I think it's well-deserved, and I'm glad Kenny Golladay is on our team. Let me just say that. Matthew Stafford is also glad. He says he does his best. He does his part as a teammate, trying to just get the ball out there, give him an opportunity, and then he does the rest. Kenny, you have been an absolute monster. You and Stafford both, but Kenny Golladay, you have been improving like crazy year after year. We're glad to see what you can do. We're excited to see what you can do in year 4. In that final year of the rookie deal, go out there, man. Be the best receiver in the league. Don't hold back. Go out there, be the best receiver in the league. Just show everybody, look, I'm already here. Like, I'm already here, y'all. I'm the best receiver in the league. I'm still in my rookie deal. Show them that. That's the main Lions news we have about, Matthew Stafford's interview. We'll get into the next thing in a second. And I just want to touch on a couple of other stories from the North. Just keep you guys updated. For the Packers, they have claimed our former wide receiver, Travis Fulgham. So the Packers, we know they didn't have any receivers, and then Devin Funchess stopped out of the season. So they're like, okay, we have nobody. What are we doing here? We got Adams and we got Lazard, and I don't even know who the rest of my receivers are because he drafted a quarterback. That's what Roger was thinking. Well, they claimed Travis Fulgham. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm happy for Travis Fulgham. I'm very happy for Travis Fulgham. I'm glad he's able to find a job. And I think for him, personally, this is a very good opportunity because for the Packers, they needed receiver depth. So he's going to get an opportunity to play, most likely, as long as he makes the team. And we know the talent's been there, right? He has potential. For the Lions, he just really didn't have a role because we were so deep. For the Packers, they're not. So it's good for him in that situation. But I will say I'm a little bit salty. I'm a little bit salty that he chose to go to another North team. But you know what? It's not really his decision too much. He's gonna go with whoever wants him, and I'm glad he was able to find a job. So I'm rooting for you, Travis Fulgham. Go ball out. Just don't ball out against us. Next up, let's hop into the Vikings news. And this isn't really Vikings news. That came up in a Vikings article, though. And it was about the 2020 NFL season and what they're thinking for the schedule. So basically, we talked about yesterday college football. Will there be a season? Will there not? It's kind of up in the air right now. We know the Big Ten and the Pac-12 has canceled their season. But not every conference has. However, if that comes to that and every conference does cancel and there is no college football season, the NFL, I guess, is reportedly considering having games on Saturdays and Fridays because there will be no college football on Saturdays and those networks need to fill up those games. Now, for the NFL, this could be very good because I was talking about this with T. Some, for some reason, try to go to like a bubble, something like that. This could be an opportunity for them if they spade it out during the week. I know not everybody would like that. I think it would be great because, I get to see more games. You wouldn't miss as many games. Probably get to see your division rivals, things like that play. So that would be awesome. So if the Vikings played on Saturday and the Lions played on Sunday, it'd be perfect. You get to watch your rival play, see how they do, especially when it comes down to playoff time, when you get to watch those games and not just look at the score. So that would be great. That would be great. But obviously, we want a college football season first, right? We want a college football season. But if that is the case, that could be an option. I don't know if they're going to do it or not. Who knows? And I was thinking, hey, maybe if they want to go to the bubble like the NBA did, maybe if they did it in one place, and if they could space it out throughout the entire week, you could almost do that. You could have like basically 2 games a day, and then you could have like 2 to 4 teams on a bye week every week, and you could just go play every single day. I don't know all the rules to that, so I'm not going to say it's going to happen. I'm just spitballing here, but who knows? That's what the talks are. I don't know if it's going to happen. Obviously, the college football season is going to have to be canceled first. Hopefully, it does not, but we'll wait and see. And then for the Chicago Bears, apparently Eddie Jackson says he wants to try a role on offense. He wants to get some opportunities on offense. Eddie Jackson, you're not a trendsetter. You're trying to be Jamal Agnew, and you will never be Jamal Agnew. Shout out to Jamal Agnew for setting some trends, baby. Jamal Agnew, you started this. Let's go. So Agnew's trying to move the offense, and now Eddie Jackson is too. Okay, we'll see who's better at it. We will see who's better at it. Eddie Jackson isn't trying to move the offense. He just wants some opportunities. He's not trying to be a full-time offense player. He's still a defensive guy. Okay, now let's talk about what you guys have all been waiting for, and this is the story of the day. This story is great from Pro Football Outsiders. Now, earlier this offseason, we heard PFF voice their optimism for the Detroit Lions, potentially having them as the favorite to win the North. And Pro Football Outsiders, we've talked about them a few times, having some confidence in the Lions as well, and saying that they could be the team that kind of bounce back, a surprise team this year. Matthew Stafford could be the dark horse. However, now it has come out that Pro Football Outsiders is going with the thought that the Lions are the favorites to win the NFC North. Hold up, stop it. Hold up. Did I hear that? The favorites to win? Not me. This isn't coming from your boy, okay? Y'all think I'm crazy sometimes. That's cool. This isn't coming from me. This is coming from Pro Football Outsiders. Lions are the favorites to win the North according to Pro Football Outsiders. What? A team that just won 3 games? We are now favorites to win the North? I love it. I love it. That's what I like to see. How many people jumped on the 49ers bandwagon and said, hey, they're favorites? How many people thought they were crazy? I bet a lot. I bet a lot did. Maybe some people didn't. I wouldn't have thought they were crazy. Well, I might have thought they were crazy, but I don't think you're crazy for saying this. Now, a big reason for them saying this, they said that it wasn't necessarily that they think the Lions are going to be super, like, this crazy great team, but they also think that the rest of the division is pretty average. Now, they did some simulations. We know they do these simulations where they take the team's DVOA and DVOA on offense, defense, special teams. I think that's what Pro Football Outsiders actually did start. And they said it came out with a 27.5% chance to win the NFC North, which I'll remind you the Lions have never done. We've never won the NFC North. Our last division title came in 1993 when it was the NFC Central. I believe the Buccaneers were actually in that division at that time. We've never won the North, y'all. We have never won the North. And Pro Football Outsiders has the Lions as their favorite. Now, 27.5, you're probably saying to yourself, hold up, that's not good. But they said everybody was in the range, every team from 23 to 27. It's a very close division, very tightly competitive, but they think all those teams are pretty much average teams, so they can see the Lions taking that step to win the North. Now, they are buying a lot into Matthew Stafford having the season that he did last year when he was healthy. And yeah, if Matthew Stafford could do that, there's definitely a chance they could do it. They said there was two different teams. There was Matthew Stafford Lions, and there was without Matthew Stafford Lions. And that is facts, okay? We could see on the field, there was definitely two different sides to the story with the Detroit Lions. It just kind of fell apart. But they have confidence in the Lions. They believe the Lions could win the NFC North next season. They have crowned them as their favorites. There's also a 42.9% chance, according to Pro Football Outsiders, that they will be a playoff team. That's based on a simulation. 42.9%. I don't know about you, but that's not too bad. I mean, the team that just won 3 games, let's be real here, that's not bad. According to simulations, this isn't what someone's saying. This is 25,000 simulations saying that the Lions have a 42.9% chance. Not great, it's not bad though. I mean, honestly, I'll take it. I will take that. 4 out of every 10 times you did it, they were a playoff team. So I will take that. That's not bad at all. That's really not bad. But yes, they have the Lions as their favorites to win the North. Now, clearly we know why they have them as their favorites, right, with the Lions this offseason. Matthew Stafford, according to DVOA, which again is for Pro Football Outsiders, was the 4th most valuable quarterback last season in the league. 4th most valuable quarterback in the league behind Drew Brees, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes. So he was behind the MVP, which obviously he would be one of the most valuable because he literally won the award. Patrick Mahomes, who a lot of people think is the best quarterback in the league, and Drew Brees, who is an all-time great. Matthew Stafford, those were the only players in front of him. That's pretty awesome. That's what I like to see. I mean, it's facts, though. Is it not fact? You guys remember when Peyton Manning missed a whole year, and the thought was, hey, Peyton Manning could get the MVP. He didn't, but, you know, he could get the MVP because they're terrible now without him. Look at how bad they are without this guy on the field. I mean, clearly, he's very valuable to his team. They can't afford to lose him. That's Matthew Stafford. That is exactly what Matthew Stafford is. And finally, it was proven. I mean, you hate to see him get injured, but it did give us a glimpse on what life is like without Stafford. So I don't know how people can still take this guy for granted after what happened last year. How could you look at last year and say, you know what? We don't really need him. My boy, we lost every game without him, and we were not competitive offensively. Our offense was trash without Stafford. It was hard to watch. Over 100 less passing yards per game, and you ran the ball better and you lost every game. You went 0-8. Now, sure, that's not all their fault. The defense was bad, too. I get that. The defense also allowed 27 points per game when Matthew Stafford was healthy, okay? The Lions have been riding on Matthew Stafford for a long time. And last year, when he played in half the season, it showed that he is one of the most valuable players in the league. That's what Matthew Stafford has been for a long time. He just hasn't been on a team that's been able to carry their side of the bargain. But hopefully that is not the case this season because the Lions made sure to change it up, okay? They brought in a lot of new additions. I have loved their offseason. DeAndre Swift could have a huge impact. And then defensively, they have just completely redid the whole defense. I mean, it just completely looks different. I mean, from the inside all the way out, it just looks different. The secondary is new. You got new piece. You got a new safety. Your top 2 cornerbacks are now new players. You got Desmond Trufant, Jeffrey Okudah instead of Darius Slay, Rashawn Melvin. That's an improvement to me, at least from Rashawn Melvin's side. All right, you got Justin Coleman who's returning. Then you have Amani who's returning. Then he brought in a new guy, Darryl Roberts. Linebacker. You got your new guy, Jimmy Collins. You got your new guy, Reggie Ragland. All right. You have your new pieces on the defensive line. You got your Nick Williams. You got your Danny Shelton. Okay, you have new pieces, John Pennicini, Jason Cordell. You have new pieces everywhere on the defense. The defense doesn't look that much the same at all. And then on the offense side of the ball, you have a lot of returning pieces, which is great. Because this offense that was great last year with Stafford averaging 25.5 points per game, which, by the way, the Packers averaged 23 per game on the season. All right, just put that in context. Steve that went 13-3, averaged 23 in the season. We averaged 25.5 with Stafford, and we only won, and we were 3-4-1 without him because the defense was that bad. This offense returning pretty much every single piece and just adding. I mean, what did we lose offensively? The right side of the offensive line is different. That is it. That is it. I mean, we have the same tight ends with more. We have the same receivers, okay, with more. We have the same running backs with more. We didn't lose anything except for the right guard and right tackle, which you could argue the right tackle is better. I will. The right guard, maybe not, because that's not proven. But aside from that, the offense is exactly the same, basically. So for the Detroit Lions, there's reason to believe that this team can bounce back, all right? People have been throwing these crazy stats at me about the 49ers and things like that on when they came back and when they had this, turnaround year. And that's the great team that you want to look at. I've done videos on it before. If you guys want to check it out, the Detroit Lions could be the next 49ers. They have a lot of things in common. And when you lose a quarterback for half the season, there's a big reason that this team could be the bounce back team of the year. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The Detroit Lions are favorites to win the North according to Pro Football Outsiders. Will they do it? Will they get it done? Thank you for watching, and I'm out. Oh, and by the way, guys, I forgot to give you guys my prediction for tonight's game. The Tigers, by the time you guys are seeing this, it's going to be started. I'm sorry. It just takes forever to upload. But I am predicting that the Tigers win. They won last night 5-1. I predicted 7-5. That wasn't good. I'm predicting, okay, with that little bit of a drop, I'm predicting they're going to bounce back a little bit. The White Sox will bounce back, but I'm predicting the streak going to 5, baby. White Sox now put up 4. All right, 4 to the Tigers 5. 5-4, Tigers. That's my prediction. We're going 10-5, baby. I'll see you guys next video. I'm out.